Hey, what's good YouTube? Travysty here, and today we have our preseason week 2 match. We're going against Lucarian Forever, and this man's packing a very scary team of his own. He's packing the mons that he's able to pick up. Actually consists of Mega Manetric, which you guys know very well from my Pokemon Invitational Cup. Was my Mega at that time, so I know this Pokemon really well. Ferrothorn, which is a very dangerous defensive mon. Dragonite, Lucario, Tentacruel, Honchkrow, Seismitoad, Hitmonlee, Edsploud, Haunter, Kinglang, and Go-Go. I'm just going to put this out here, guys. The team that I decided to bring, as soon as I looked at it, I immediately looked at his team. Because my team, the mons that I have drafted are Latios, Bisharp, Gliscor, Darmanitan, Chestnut, Porygon Z, Mega Banette, Magneton, Ditto, Vivillon, and Hitmonchan. So that way you guys know exactly what we're rocking out with today. I already decided I was not bringing Darmanitan immediately looking at his team. Because Darmanitan gets walled by every single thing on this team, and Ferrothorn's more than likely going to come in Rocky Helmet defensive as hell. But I do have a Trapper in Magneton, so Magneton's going to be there. Latios has a decent matchup, but I decided against bringing him just because he does have some Sucker Punchers and some mons that are going to be able to KO Latios. So I was just like, you know what, Latios doesn't really do the job either. So with that being said, we do end up bringing some pretty powerful mons. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the match itself, as we are going to go ahead and play it. Now we brought Bisharp, Hitmonchan, Gliscor, Mega Banette, Ditto, and Magneton. Now Magneton's sole purpose, I'm actually bringing 2 Choice Scarfers in Magneton and Ditto. The reason why was in case I thought that he might go for the Ferrothorn, like looking at the makeup of his team. I was going to switch out and use that Choice Scarf to be able to switch momentum out of anything. But I did, as I looked at the makeup of his team, he did bring Manetric. Fun fact, Manetric has Lightning Rod, if I remember correctly. That boosts its special, and that's not fun. So with making it so I don't have to deal with a very difficult situation in Mega Manetric having Lightning Rod activated and doing a whole bunch of craziness, I decided I'm going to go with Gliscor. If he leads off Manetric, he predicted the Magneton. If he doesn't, then I'm switching. If he goes Manetric, I'm switching out on the HP Ice into Hitmonchan. That was my game plan immediately. It's actually a very fast battle. He's going to go into Mega Manetric right here, and I'm going to switch out. He's going to actually Mega Evolve right here. And that's something I did find very interesting, was the fact that he would Mega Evolve so quickly. The Intimidate drop is nice, yes, but Lightning Rod switch-ins from the Magneton would definitely be pretty useful for him. So now I can Volt Switch as I please with Magneton, so that's huge for me. The Intimidate doesn't bother me that much, to be honest with you. I'm completely fine with it. He's going for the HP Ice as I predicted. He's going to Volt Switch here, and I'm just going to go for Drain Punch because I'm expecting him to go into Ferrothorn. He does go into Ferrothorn right here, so I get some nice damage. I get to see what he's got. I get a little bit of recovery off of it, and we find out that he is Rocky Helmet. So that's okay. So I'm just going to see if I can actually get a trap off right here. As he actually switches out into Tentacruel, this is actually pretty good for me since I am Choice Scarf. I know I outspeed, and I'm going to be able to Volt Switch on up out. And he's going to go for a knockoff here, which actually very much surprised me. I wasn't expecting that. So he gets rid of my Life Orb. Big Bish is in the house. I'm going to go for a knockoff right here because he's going to go into Ferrothorn, and his Ferrothorn is Rocky Helmet. And yes, Bisharp takes a lot of damage here, but I am not Life Orb anymore. I can kill Ferrothorn. However, if I have to take Rocky Helmet damage twice, I am in a really bad spot. He has only 5, and plus, he only has 4 other mons he can switch into. I am Defiant. If he switched out into Mega Manetric, he would have been taking a +1 knockoff. And that's still going to hurt no matter what. And Mega Manetric is not that defensive, if I remember correctly. So it's just like, he would have lost his Manetric if he did that, because I also carry the Sucker Punch, and Mega Manetric always runs 4 offensive moves. There's not really a reason not to. The only move that I'm curious about, because I've seen Volt Switch, I know he has Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice. I'm curious if he has Flamethrower or Overheat. So we'll see if we can figure that out at a later point in time. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go for a low kick right here, reveal that. I do take some Iron Barbs. I'm completely fine with this. Now, he goes into Dragonite right here, and I know I outspeed this thing. So that's the biggest thing for me. I know I outspeed, unless he is a Choice Scarf set. He could go for the E-Speed right here. I'm going to knock off because I don't know what variant he is, if he's the Choice Banded variant, or if he is the Dragon Dance variant. So I do not want him to get a Dragon Dance up for free. And there's also the possibility he could be the Weakness Policy set. So I'm just thinking, hey, this will make it a lot easier to take care of this Dragonite if I go ahead and do this. So he's going to actually withdraw, expecting me to switch out. But because I don't, I get a free knockoff onto this thing. This thing's Choice Specs, and I know I outspeed it. I get another knockoff off. That's 2 Mons down to Bisharp. Bisharp is putting in the work. So he's going to come back in, and I'm going to repeat the same thing that I just did. I'm going to go for the knockoff. I get rid of Weakness Policy, so it's true. He had it. He gets a crit on me, which is unfortunate. I don't know if E-Speed would have killed without the crit, but you know what? I can go out into Ditto right now. Now, Ditto is a threat to his whole team because this thing is Choice Scarf. I go for the Dragon Claw. Interesting thing about his set, I was actually thinking about going Gliscor because I went full defensive Gliscor. But I feared him carrying Ice Punch since Gliscor is on my team, and I do also have Latios. So it would be a good coverage move for him. Also, because I do have Ditto and stuff like that, Ice Punch isn't bad, just because if I transform into him and all this other stuff, even though I will outspeed him, so I'll more than likely get the KO, but if he's at 100, you know, just fun stuff like that. But yeah, I was just really expecting Ice Punch on this mon, but instead it has E-Speed, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Roost, which I found very interesting. So I Choice Scarf myself into Dragon Claw because that is the best play I can get. I get a crit back. Anything you can do, I can do better. He's going to go out into this thing, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm getting up out because I'm predicting the HP Ice. He's going to go for it, and I'm just like, you know, that's completely fine. I Choice Scarf Explode, which answers a question of mine. This thing is modest. And yes, I do have Explosion on this thing. I opted out of Flash Cannon because Flash Cannon did absolutely nothing to his team. So I was just like, you know what? A priority explosion to whittle something down will be pretty big. And it does end up being pretty big because after I do that, I can actually go ahead and switch back into Ditto, transform into his Mega Manectric, and I can fire off a Thunderbolt because I know it 2-hit KOs his Mega Manectric. He goes out into Tentacruel, and his Tentacruel is going to get dropped down. He was probably expecting the Overheat to come out because Overheat was a guaranteed kill. However, I was able to Thunderbolt, and now it's just me just throwing out Thunderbolts left and right and left and right and left and right. So he's going to go ahead and hit him up with another Thunderbolt as he goes for the Overheat to knock me down as low as he possibly can, hoping for a crit maybe. But I go ahead and get another Thunderbolt off, and that's going to be the kill on that. Now, Honchkrow can come in here. I like his name, Giovanni. Nice and shout out to First Gen. But this thing does carry Sucker Punch, so I'm thinking, okay, he can Sucker Punch here, kill me. I have Gliscor in the back, so Gliscor still will be able to take care of this mon because it is full defensive, and I know it doesn't carry anything that can hit Gliscor super effective. I also have Mega Banette in the back still with Will-O-Wisp, so I'm going to go ahead and hit Thunderbolt. He doesn't go for the Sucker Punch, so I get the KO. I get the 4-0. That was a great battle. I really enjoyed it. It felt good to, I kind of let go on a lot of things. I stopped trying to predict as heavily after the last week's match. So it was definitely a match where I came in. It was nice, a refreshing match. And Ditto put in the finest of work. I looked at the Luke's team here, and I was looking at the team, and I was like, what can I do that really hurts his team? And honestly, Choice Scarf Ditto just absolutely did the finest of work. There's very few mon I actually could not Choice Scarf imposter myself into on his team that wouldn't have been effective, and 3 of his mons that he drafted are win cons by themselves. For instance, Dragon Knight I do consider a win con just because it is a very powerful mon. It's naturally bulky because of its ability, and it's one of those mons it can set up and it can wreck. Same thing goes for Mega Manectric. Mega Manectric wants teams are crippled, Mega Manectric can come in and take advantage of the fact that it outspeeds everything. And then Honchkrow is another one of those mons. He could go Motsy if he really wants to. And just go for the Brave Bird, Sucker Punch, Superpower sweeps. So either way, I was looking at it and I was just like, these are 3 dangerous mons. So, and I knew he was bringing at least one. So, without further ado, if you guys enjoy, be sure to hit up that like button and subscribe today if you haven't to join YouTube's greatest travesty. And be sure to cheer on, because after this week, this match, right here, the season begins. And the Carolina Castforms are looking to take a belt. We're not getting so close to the playoffs that we taste it, and we can't make it. So, we are going all the way this season. Be sure to hit up that hashtag Carolina Castforms on Twitter. And you guys have a wonderful day. Peace. I'm out.